the last episode of One Day in Tokyo on a luxury travel budget. We will give you some idea and example on how to plan a perfect trip in Tokyo.
All right, so we're moving on to our final budget in terms of how much do we need for a day in Tokyo. And this is our upper range kind of luxury budget. I've called this affordable luxury. If you're the kind of person who can afford to fly to Japan for a holiday in the first place, then maybe you're the kind of person who at a stretch could afford to splash out on a bit of luxury.
I mean, not every day, but just 1 or 2 days.
Right. So maybe this might be of use if you're, I don't know, perhaps you're even coming out to Japan on a honeymoon or something, on a special sort of luxury budget. This is what I've come up with. Now, obviously we're thinking 5-star hotel. Now for a 5-star hotel, I think I've stayed in a couple of 5-star hotels anyway for like anniversaries and stuff. But like if you want a nice-ish room in a 5-star hotel, I think you're looking around 40,000 yen for the room. This is 2 of you, of course, so 20,000 yen each. Now I've taken us, we've done Shinjuku. There's no way you're staying in Asakusa because let's be honest, it's a bit sort of, well, it's Asakusa. So if you're looking at sort of luxury kind of experience, you're looking at like, well, I've put Roppongi, Ebisu, Ginza, right, exactly. So some of these places, I've chosen Roppongi, like Roppongi Hills, and you've got, is it Roppongi Midtown? These are kind of like fancy, like hotel, dining, shopping areas. I mean, Roppongi has a bit of a reputation in the evenings for being wild, but during the daytime, it's perfectly sort of civilized. And Roppongi Hills is very nice. So I think like, I mean, I looked up like I'm reluctant to say the names in case I've got the prices wrong. But anyway, let's just say like 40,000 yen for the lower, for a reasonably nice room in a 5-star hotel. Of course, sky's the limit. Yeah. Like if you want to, you know, but I mean,
the whole suite, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you want to go to, I mean, there's a Hyatt in Roppongi, and you're looking at 90,000 yen for that kind of room in a sort of branded kind of hotel like that. But I think, yeah, 40,000 yen is probably realistic enough. And again, at that kind of price, I'm thinking we're including a breakfast in that.
Probably dinner too, right? Most of the time.
Not dinner. I don't think it's going to be dinner, no. But breakfast, I think, will be all right. And it'll be a good breakfast. Yeah. I'm expecting like proper sausages.
Yeah. Fresh bacon.
Yeah, real bacon, omelettes. Yeah. Maybe even some baked beans. Yeah. So that's where we're starting. We're in Roppongi. So what do we do in Roppongi? Well, Roppongi, you're near to the National Art Center, Tokyo. I mean, look, I'm not a rich person. I don't know what rich people do. But,
I mean, is this the one with a big spider outside?
It's got like, no, that's Roppongi Hills. That's Roppongi Hills. This is the one, it's like a big curvy shaped building. And it's kind of, it's a bit of a walk from Roppongi, but I looked it up anyway. It's obviously art gallery. Yeah. You're looking at 2,000 yen to get into that. But this is, I think, just like a classic kind of art gallery, but it's very big, and I don't know. See, is it the kind of thing that people with money want to do? Maybe, I don't know.
Probably do.
Maybe, yeah. Anyway, that's 2,000 yen to get in there. So that's what we're doing. We're waking up. We're having a nice breakfast in our hotel. We're in Roppongi Hills, going to take a nice walk around Roppongi Hills. There's a garden there. And then we're going to take a stroll to this art center, take in some art. Yeah. And then we're going to get on the train and we're going to go to Shiodome, which is an area we should know well, which is where we are now, ladies and gentlemen. And somewhere around here, actually, is Hamariyuku Gardens. Somewhere around there, aren't they? Yeah. And they're very nice. And I looked them up. They're 300 yen to get in. Yeah.
It used to be like the imperial garden, right?
It's something like that. Yeah, it does have a connection with the imperial family, and it's very historic. Yeah. And any season's very nice. There's cherry blossom, right?
It's next to the sea. Next
to the sea, yeah. It's next to the sea. It's quite big, actually, isn't it?
It is.
There's like a sort of wild kind of area because I think they used to do hunting there. And
hunting?
Yeah, no, duck hunting.
Definitely.
Yeah, so not like lions and tigers and stuff, but like, and there's like a manicured sort of Japanese gardens there. and there's like a, how do you say, like a tea house there, and I looked it up, and you can get a green tea set it's called the Garden Cafe, and it's 850 yen. So a green tea set is going to be like, it's going to be like a sort of bowl of matcha, right?
Yeah.
With like the traditional sort of wagashi.
Do they make it in front of you, like?
I don't know. Yeah, so hopefully your tea will be nice and frothy.
Yeah.
And that cafe has like a terraced seating that looks out over the pond, which is very nice. So I think that's a good way to spend the morning, right? That's nice. So that's Hamariyuku Gardens, and then from Hamariyuku, from Shiodome, we're going to walk to Shimbashi Station. How long does that take, do you reckon?
Probably 15 minutes.
15 minutes,
if you walk very quick, you can walk 10 minutes.
10 minutes. So we're going to get on the train at Shimbashi Station, and we are going to go to Tokyo. 5 minutes on the train, something like that. Yeah,
5 minutes on like Yamanote-sen.
Yeah, so about 150 yen on the train for that. And we're going to, from Tokyo Station, we're going to go to one of my favorite areas in Tokyo, which is Marunochi. And why do I like Marunochi? Because I'm over 40 now, and it's calm, and it's kind of like classy, but without being too pretentious. I just think it's like a nice leafy sort of easygoing area, and you've got the Imperial Palace, which you can't go in, which I always think is a bit rubbish.
Right, on the river, right?
Chidori Gafuchi in the moat. Yeah, you can. And yeah, it's nice to walk around the moated area, right?
A lot of people running there.
Yeah.
Or cycling. It's quite good.
Yeah, they've got like I don't know if it's like a special path, but like there's
they do.
There's like a nice path around, isn't there? So we're going to take a walk around there. Obviously, Tokyo Station on the Marunochi side. That's the side where you've got the famous red brick front of Tokyo Station. So that's nice to look at. And what else have I got here? There's the Kite building, which is the headquarters of Japan Post, the post office. That sounds incredibly boring, but actually it's a really nice place to go in and walk around. So for lunch, we're going to a restaurant in Marunochi on Nakadori, which is the main sort of street of Marunochi. And I've sort of thought 3,000, 4,000 yen.
Yeah, around those, between Tokyo, Ginza is around 3,000 yen.
Yeah.
Get decent like yakiniku or like wagyu, Japanese beef wagyu. It's quite delicious.
Yeah, bistro.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're spending 3,000 to 4,000 yen on lunch, you expect to be in a nice place, right? Nice atmosphere.
I mean, in Ginza, most of the places is good.
True, yeah. There's no shortage of places to get that kind of atmosphere. The reason why I've chosen Nakadori is because you can get like a street side kind of place with windows that open out onto the nice street, and it's just a nice atmosphere, I think. Again, 3,000, 4,000 yen for lunch is a stretch for me, but anyway, maybe I might do it.
If you go to a fancy restaurant, make sure you have to book a reservation, because a lot of Japanese restaurants, especially the good one, it's going to be full during lunchtime or at night. Okay. So you have to make a reservation first. Okay. A day ahead.
Okay, right, yeah. Okay, that's good advice, yeah. So that's the morning. So then we're in Marunochi, just a short walk from Marunochi to Ginza. So we're going to walk into Ginza, and I mean, Ginza, famous, loads of shops, lots of posh shops. There's a Uniqlo there, which is awful. It's one of the worst places in the world, but there's lots of nice shops in Ginza. The main street closes off on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So that's nice to walk around there. In recent years, they opened Ginza 6, which is a really posh department store. There's the Matsuya Ginza, which has got the famous Matsuya sign on it. That's, again, you're giving me a blank look here, Kevin.
I never go to those kind of fancy places because I do a lot of online shopping. So those places, it's somewhere somewhere for tourists. But I will go like the Ginza Uniqlo. There's two different new one. The huge one.
There's the huge one, isn't there? Yeah.
There's Ginza. There's two different. There's one in Tokyo Station.
Oh, okay.
Like Tokyo Uniqlo, and there's one in Ginza, Tokyo. It's like it's very fancy. Like the whole building is like 6th or 7th floor.
Oh, it's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, with Uniqlo and GU.
Oh, there's a GU down the street, isn't there? Yeah.
So it's quite popular for tourists.
Yeah, it is actually. It is. It definitely is.
And it's cheap.
Too popular for me. Yeah. It's cheap, but it's Uniqlo. It's GU. It's cheap. I suppose like that Uniqlo store. I think it's like their flagship store, isn't it?
It is
in Ginza. And so it's quite interesting to look at, I guess. If you don't like shopping, it's probably a nightmare though because it's just so big.
For us guys, you can go in there. I went to the one in Tokyo 4 weeks ago.
Right.
So the one in Tokyo, they have like a 200 yen coffee with a nitro coffee. Do you know what's nitro?
No, I don't
coffee?
know.
It's like coffee and then they inject a nitro in there, so it's like very fluffy.
Okay, right.
For 200 yen, you can drink it in the store.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
For us, I'm not shopping because I live here. I don't shop. I just go bring my family there.
Yeah.
So I just like sipping coffee and wait for them. That's pretty good.
Okay, that sounds cool. Okay, yeah. So anyway, Ginza, we're shopping. I mean, the budget, again, you can spend whatever you want in Ginza. If there's anything there. Yeah. Culturally, you've got Ginza Kabukiza, which is the Kabuki theatre. Yeah. I've never been to Kabuki. Have you ever? No. But I looked it up, and you can get like a single show type ticket. Like, it looks like Kabuki goes on for quite a long time.
Yeah. The whole day.
Yeah.
They have like first part, second part, third part, right?
Kabuki, it looks like there's lots of different parts to it. If you just want to watch one part, at a cheap seat, I think it was like 1,500 yen. So let's do that, why not?
I think it's a good experience. You probably don't understand most of the speech part. They do have different acting, like they paint their face.
Yeah.
With like different expression.
Yeah.
And different like music, because their music with like what's that called, with a few different shamisen, like like those like traditional Japanese like instrument.
Yeah.
So it's they play it live, so it's a good experience to check it out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I reckon it would be a really good experience, and not that expensive actually. Yeah. So anyway, we're going from Ginza back to Roppongi. That's where our hotel is, and we're going to have dinner in the hotel buffet. Tokyo or Japan loves a hotel buffet. I mean, they really love a hotel buffet over here. And if you're in a 5-star hotel in Tokyo for dinner, you're looking at probably 8,000 to 10,000 yen. I don't know how you feel about buffets. Usually I'm full after one plate, so the cost performance probably isn't very good for me. Yeah. But the food will be pretty spectacular. And again, back to your point, if you want a hotel buffet in Tokyo, you can't expect to just walk in and get one. You need a reservation, probably the day before. All right, so we're back near the hotel. Money's no problem for us, so why not? Let's just go to the top of the hotel bar and have ourselves a beer or a drink or a cocktail. You're probably looking at 2,000 yen for whatever drink it is you're going to have. A single drink is well, you might be able to get a beer for 1,000 yen.
Not really.
No? Okay.
If you're talking about craft beer, it's probably like 1,600.
1,600, okay. Well, I've put down here 2,000 yen, so that's what we're going to do. You can also, again, go up to the Tokyo City View, which is the top of the Mori Tower, the Mori building. Again, another spectacular view. That's 2,000 yen as well. So that's how we're going to round off our evening, which brings us then to our final budget. Brace yourselves, minimum 55,000 yen. Now this is for 2 people though, actually. So
it's not bad.
That's not too bad actually. That's the room. That's maybe a cheaper lunch, 3,000 yen lunch, the Kabuki ticket, Tokyo City View, the view on top of the building there. A cheaper buffet, 8,000 yen. No drinks in the evening though. Big spender, I've called it. That's the hotel room. The more expensive lunch, the full buffet, couple of drinks in the evening, 112,000 yen for a day.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
But I mean, you're a big spender, right? You're
yeah.
balling. Spending money.
on this day only.
Yeah.
After this,
you should have at least 1 or 2 day luxury day in Japan to experience the food.
All right, guys, so there it is. How much do you need for a day in Tokyo? 3 different budgets. We're going to put these budgets on the screen for you to have a look and summarize. Just bear in mind, we live in extraordinary times these days. After Corona, conflicts going on here, there, and everywhere. Flights are really expensive. The yen is really weak at the moment, which
good for you.
Yeah, which is good for you. Although the flight to get here will be really expensive, probably. So make of that what you will. Take all of this with a pinch of salt. As we say, right now the yen is very favorable if you're coming from overseas, but that situation could change. This is just a rough guide. If you've got your own ideas, if you've been to Tokyo recently, do let us know in the comments how much you spent on a day and what your kind of budget was. That would be really helpful for the community. As always, we appreciate you watching this video. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. What should they do with that like button, Kevin?
Smash it.
Smash
click
it. Smash that like button. Share the video. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.